This is Tales of Swordfall.
Episode 1, The First Course.
Lenny at the moment is like spreading the fancy butter on part of his steak while no one's watching him. So, oh man, this is gonna taste really good.
Yeah, it's melting perfectly. Like you've only heard story, like this is fairy tale, like right now. It's everything's like perfectly like melting. There's not a spot wrong with anything. Except now your bard friend is acting a little squirrely, but
You're making me really hungry right now.
That's why I ate before I came on. Oh,
That was smart.
yep. So you start looking at the list. Actually, did you find the list?
Yeah, I found it.
Okay.
So, where do we find crocodile tear mushrooms, lemon weed, tinder water lotus root, elven dark fruit, owl bears, and trolls?
can I make survival checks to see which ones I know?
Yes, please. All of you can actually do survival checks if you wish. Oh, Lenny.
21.
Damn.
All right.
Lenny, I have seen shit.
Well,
He grew up on a farm, so
yeah.
Gadby is not a wilderness person.
This-
What the fuck is this shit?
These make so much sense. Ordnance. You've heard of a few of these. You've heard of a few of these things. Owlbears, are kind of dangerous, and trolls. Yeah, you shouldn't really mess with those. But they bleed. You can fight them. But the other stuff you haven't really heard. Lenny, on the other hand, man, this is good, like stuff that is you can't find in this particular area, but it's like good cooking when you have like some of those mushrooms, some of that lemon weed. You have a chunk of meat and you just roast it over a fire.
would like some of it be something that he remembered from his home because he's been wandering for such a long time?
Yeah,
And all over
you remember
George.
yeah, well, yeah, you remember George, and you used to go out to a place called a Dark Forest, which is like really far away, and it had all these things, but it was kind of a dodgy place. But you would protect George, so
Oh, Lenny just was like, "Oh, I know some of that stuff. We went to the
Oh, Mundark.
Mundark. That's the place. We went there. Me and George went there. A lot. We would get all the crocodile tear stuff and the lemon weed. I like chewing on the lemon weed while we were gathering it, but it's really good when you get some meat with it. Mm.
Well, excellent. Well, I am sending you back there.
Oh,
Yes.
okay, that's fine.
Tomorrow morning there will be an airship waiting for you, and you'll be transported to the Mundark Forest.
Oh, well, I think that's actually close to my home. I wonder if George's back home yet.
Well, either way, you're on this job.
Okay, that's fine. I can find George later.
And
I'm sorry, is there a time limit on this job?
oh yes, of course. He seems a little scatterbrained, like a little bit more. He's like looking at the food and looking at how you guys are eating, and he seems to be enjoying more watching your reactions than actually like thinking about, oh yeah, I should probably give you details. And yes, you have about a week. But flying there is going to take like at least a whole day.
And traveling expenses are included.
Oh
I
yes,
assume?
it's all covered. Don't worry.
And horses.
Oh, you won't need horses where you're going.
Yeah, you don't want to take horses into Mundok. That's a bad place.
Yeah, they'll get eaten. And then he kind of puts his hand over his mouth.
Oh yeah,
Uh-huh.
one time me and George got lost in there for a little while, and we had to eat Atlas, which was this one horse that we had. He was kind of an old horse, but we needed food, so.
Gatsby just looks at him as this Dragonborn is going to fucking eat me, kind of like leans away from the Dragonborn and whispers to the gnome, like, "Are you sure this isn't a lizard man and not a Dragonborn?"
I'm not sure what he is, but it was under recommendation that he'd go here because his familiarity and his muscle.
If my party tries to eat me, you're not getting any of your ingredients. I hope you know that.
Oh, don't worry, I've already sent 3 people who already failed on this, and I know I won't get my ingredients.
I
Lenny's
expect to be paid before we leave.
Of course. Well, I am going to pay all of you 20 gold each.
Alright.
Lenny raises a hand. How much is 20 gold?
Well,
Don't worry.
it's enough.
Okay,
Mm,
that's fine. Lenny sits there happily eating.
we'll see. Anyway, I believe we've had appetizers. Are we going to have the main course?
Of course. I have something very special for all of you.
Mm-hmm.
And he takes out a little like triangle and starts beating it. And all his staff like starts coming out. They line up. They have a like they start guiding something toward the table, and it's a very large platter. They set it down,
Mm-hmm.
and they open it up, and there is just a very large chunk of meat that is glistening with fat and herbs, and it smells heavenly.
And what is it?
Um, give me an investigation.
Lenny would like to do a perception check to sniff how good it smells.
Oh, definitely.
23.
20?
What is it?
That's an intimidation. You're intimidating.
Okay. Oh, fuck. No. They're stacked on top of each other.
Investigation.
Tell me what it is, damn it! No.
Andy shrivels in his chair and just starts
No,
crying.
he rolled the wrong thing.
Investigation. You have no idea what it is, but it smells super good.
Then Gatsby does the suave thing and turns to the chef and says, "What a fantastic looking feast. Would you mind telling us what it is that you've prepared for us?"
Well, some of the last people who have traveled the world brought this back. It is called a Dino Sar.
Lenny's just
Gordon-
gonna take. He's going to reach. Originally, like he was going to go like grab it and bite it, and he was like, "Oh wait, George told me that's rude to do."
Yeah, they start just carving it up and handing it out.
Yeah. Okay, like he was going to go do it himself, but then he was like, "Oh wait, that's rude."
Ordnance, you had something to add?
Yeah, I was gonna say that Ordnance just reaches out and grabs a chunk.
Yeah, somebody slaps her hand before that happens, and they serve you up. And there's like a little like gravy boat that each of you get, and there's just a lot of stuff going on with this whole meal. Ordnance, especially to you, this all seems a little bit too fancy and too wasteful, and what the hell are they gonna do with like all the extra food, etc., etc., etc.
Lenny's going to try and eat his fill. including possibly drinking the gravy mixed with his. Oh, and also whatever the drink he got. Hold on.
No.
He did not remember to sip.
Oh god.
No.
Give me
No.
a Constitution saving throw there.
17.
Yeah, it it makes you a little tingly, but you're doing okay.
My, that stuff's really good.
Now, Andy, you have a few, shall we say, time-sensitive items on the list, and this is several days' travel out. How exactly are we supposed to get you things like blood without it turning brown and terrible and what have you?
Oh, I have special magical vials for you. I have a bag of holding, which actually kind of keeps things cold. I invented it myself.
So you're a wizard as well as a chef.
Well, not really a wizard. I'd say an alchemist, or I create things. It's fun. But
I see.
I love cooking.
I see. And he has that very droll, I see, like,
Mm-hmm.
you know exactly what I mean, right?
Oh yeah.
um, right. So, we're not leaving as soon as we're done eating, are we?
Oh, well, no, you don't have to. We still have dessert, and then the after meal of that. He smiles.
Lenny raises his hand again.
Yeah, yes.
What's the dessert?
Oh, it's a sweet treat that you have after eating.
Oh, I like the sound of that. I like something sweet.
Yes, everyone does. And he smiles and continues eating. So you're all sitting there at the table. The staff have actually left. They have carved up most of the whatever the large chunk of meat was, which I think we claimed as a dinosaur. And they have a giant platter of just cut meat and a serving utensil for it. And it's very delicious how they actually cooked it. And it seems a little simplistic, but it must be the meat that's like doing the whole thing. Because if you look closely, you can like see where spit was like put through it, and it was probably just on an open fire for hours.
Mm-hmm.
And he's enjoying the food, and then he claps his hands, and that's when bards come out.
What?
Yeah.
Gabby looks offended.
And he kind of does the hand wave thing because he kind of picked up on you being offended, and he leans in. You're our guest. You don't have to work tonight.
Out of character, he feels upstaged. No, by all means, please allow me.
Oh, well, they can be your backup.
They don't know my song.
Oh, well, play away. And give me a performance check, or if you're using that loop, put your.
I got a special thing for this. 23.
Damn.
So Gabby gets up. He moves so that everybody can hear him and see him. And he starts to play. And as he starts to play, the lute starts to you see like golden notes that start to swirl, and then they start to form into these like tiny people that are dancing and are telling the story of the song that he's playing. And he sings. Go to the high road down here and tell me what you see. Bring me back a tale to tell in verse and melody. Have you seen the maidens fair and nights so dazzling white? They glint more brightly than the stars upon a moonless night. Or ships so grand in oceans vast that sparkle truest blue. Speak to me of treasures that I long to be true. Go to the high road, Danny, and tell me what you see. Bring me back a tale to tell in verse and melody. Have you seen the battleground soaked a ruddy red that turned men into legends if it didn't make them dead? And have you seen a forest of a brilliant emerald green? Tell me now, Danny, is that something you have seen? Go to the high road, Danny, and tell me what you see. Bring me back a tale to tell in verse and melody. Have you seen the rainbows end across the sky so wide? And did you find the treasure that the fairy folk did hide? Have you seen the Dean, is she so graceful and so fair? Tell me now, Danny, have you returned from there? Go to the high road, Danny, and tell me what you see. Bring me back a tale to tell in verse and melody. Bring me back a tale to tell in verse and melody.
That was very good.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Thank you for listening to Tales of Swordfall. Please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe.